Hey everyone, welcome back. So I hope everyone is doing well tonight. As usual, I don't know if we're gonna have some people show up because I think this is even later than the latest I've ever streamed before. I say that pretty much every time lately, but honestly tonight I was just playing some more Brotato and I'm like, you know what, why not stream it at the same time? Because I've talked about this game in the eSHOP deals video last time, but I didn't have a really chance to play it with all of you guys. Hey Champ, how you doing, my man? Glad to see some people are still here and still up. So yeah, I honestly wanted to play a little bit of it because I'm seriously like, I'm addicted to the game. Like normally, you know, I don't have time to play too many games on a regular basis, but Brotato, since I've tried it last week, I've put in like a couple of runs here and there. I actually haven't finished a full run yet. So that's what I really hope we get to do tonight. I'm going to try to work first of all on a long range build with the Ranger. And honestly, this is going to be a question of opinion, but I actually like this game more than Vampire Survivors. And don't get me wrong, Vampire Survivors is an excellent game, taking nothing away from it. Yeah, I know GameStop has a super sale going on in the US. Unfortunately, we don't have it here in Canada, but yeah, in the US there's a super sale going on right now. You know, I would have liked to cover it maybe I still will tomorrow, but tomorrow I have so many things lined up that I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, because I have like, no joke, like 6 projects that I'm behind on. Like, not behind on, but like I have 6 projects that I want to do, but we'll I'll see. I'll see. And I mean, so many other outlets have covered the GameStop sale right now that I feel like it's going to be a little bit redundant, and I'd rather just, you know, go with something else probably. And honestly, I was off this weekend, but I've had a couple of roughish days on the non-channel side, so yeah. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're here tonight to just enjoy a little bit of fun time with our buddy Brotato here. Oh, their site went down. Honestly, I'm not surprised, because the deals look so insane that I wouldn't be surprised that there's like so many people trying to get on the site right now before they run out of games, that I'm not surprised that maybe they can't handle the current volume. Because at least during Black Friday, like, people are spread out through the multiple shops, but right now they're the only ones doing it, so it's like everyone must be there. Anyway, let's get started on a run as we chit-chat. Now, tonight's stream, by the way, guys, we're going to be playing some Brotato, but I'm going to be chilling, okay? It's super late here. Well, super late here. It's like almost midnight. I'm going to chill for a few hours with you guys. And, you know, we might take some time to chat in between runs, look at games coming out, all kinds of stuff. And all the while trying to finish my first full run of Brotato. So, for the moment, I'm going to try ranged. I go with a double pistol beginning. That way we can sort of upgrade the pistols pretty quickly. But what I was saying is, yeah, I prefer this one to Vampire Survivors, just because I find strategy-wise, it's a little bit easier to focus on a build in this one. And although Vampire Survivors, there's strategy and there's focusing on builds, like, I find this one allows you to have a little bit more control over, so we're going to go with range here, a little bit more control over, like, exactly the build you want to try. Obviously, sometimes it's going to work out, sometimes it won't, but still, we will, I'm enjoying this game a lot, and I love Vampire Survivors as well, but like I said, I think this one has me, even for the moment, more locked in. However, I do think this one will most likely not have quite the longevity that Vampire Survivors has because of the number of maps on it and all this. Like at one point, this one's going to have multiple difficulty levels. There's also multiple builds you can do, but you're probably going to top out like after like a month or two-ish. But honestly, it is seriously good. So basically, if you've never played the game, just a brief breakdown in case someone's here and is like wondering what the heck Brotato is. It's an arena style auto shooter where basically all you have to do is survive a certain number of waves to finish a run. And the point is to basically maximize your arsenal to be as effective as possible, which is gonna be your path to success. That and obviously, you know, somewhat controlling your movement. Now, Topaz has decided that tonight she wants to be extremely annoying. Come here, come here. No, you're gonna stop now, okay? Just sit down, chill. We good. Okay. So yeah, I'm focusing on a ranged build for today. For this run, we're probably gonna try other builds eventually. But at least for the moment, I sort of want to maximize this build that I've been working on. And hold on, Topaz, can you please stop? Thank you. Okay, get the cat out of the way. You want to try Vampire Survivors? And honestly, what's amazing about these games is they're $5. They're $5. Honestly, they like I said, they don't even need to be on sale, and they're on an under $5 list. It's pretty insane. See, I would have liked that hat. So let's lock the hat. Like, this is where I say that there's a little bit more strategy to this one. Okay, by the way, so you have 2 steps when you finish a wave. We'll go over the steps next time because I sort of skipped the first one, but we'll go over it in the next one. Like I said, we're focusing on a ranged build, so we're going to be working on getting as powerful of ranged weapons we can. Focusing on range, fire rate, and ranged attack damage, or just general attack damage. But obviously, if we can focus on ranged attack damage, it'll be even more beneficial for the build we're doing. Okay. So when you finish a run, step 1 is you have to choose like a general upgrade, which will affect one of your main stats. Basically, it'll alternate, but it'll be range damage, melee damage, general damage, harvesting, range, attack speed. By the way, if you want to know what each and every one does, you can go into the menu here on the right, and it explains to you what each and every one of these stats do. Okay, that's something super fun about these games, because sometimes they don't do a good job of teaching you what they do. This game pretty much explains to you what each and every stat is good for, which is another thing that I really enjoy about this game. So we are gonna focus once again here. We're at 105 range. We're gonna go with some more attack speed. And this time we got a second one, most likely because we harvested enough stuff. So, we're gonna go with some lifesteal because it'll give us a little bit of longevity here. Now, step 2 is you get to the shop. You can buy items to upgrade your stuff. Some stuff is going to be good for your build, others will not. So the idea is to focus on what's good for your build while ignoring the stuff that maybe isn't good for your build. So it doesn't mean the items aren't good, they're just maybe not good for the build you're working on. Secondly, also what is really fun is, like I did last time, you can lock an item where it stays in the shop till your next buy. So if you're out of money but you see an item that you really would like, you can pick it up. So here we have 2 really good items. This is awesome for us because losing melee damage, we don't care. We're not going to have a melee weapon. So anything that says minus melee damage is actually not a negative for this build. And secondly, we're going to grab this for extra luck. Extra luck is just going to give us a higher chance of having good weapons and good items. It actually does more than that, but like for main reasons, that's what we're going to be focusing on. I think it actually affects also like during the levels here, like getting drops, like item drops during the fights and during the waves as well. So by the way, the game auto fires for you. There is a manual aiming mode. I'm using auto aim. It's the one that makes it feel the most like a Vampire Survivors type game. Mario Strikers 26, Crisis Core 22, Diofield. Crisis Core is amazing at 22. Mario Strikers is great at 26. That game just generally disappointed me a bit. But, you know, we're not going to get too much into that because it's still an okay game. It just disappointed me. Now, when you have multiples of one weapon of the same level, so of the same rarity, so you have different color codings, okay? Black is your basic weapon, blue is level 2, purple is level 3, red is level 4, and I think there's a level above 4, but I don't know what color it is because I haven't gotten there. By the way, I get stuck on wave 15 for the moment. Like, pretty much wave 15 is where most of my runs end. But basically, when you have two items of the same color, you can actually combine them into a weapon of the next rarity. So what is really great is that there's also some like maneuvering to be done here. Like you see now I bought the blue gun. I can combine it with the other blue and we've already got a level 3 pistol. And I can pick up this extra pistol. Why? Because now you can maximum have 6 weapons. There are some builds, some potatoes that let you have more than 6. But this one is a 6 weapon build. So basically, you always have to have a free spot. But you see, as soon as I get a weapon I want, I can combine these 2 pistols into a blue pistol, and I have an open slot. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Like, Mario Strikers at like $60, not worth it. But at 26, great, like good pickup. Especially if you can get like a friend or two to pick it up as well. A collector sheet of stickers. Nice. I think we're getting like a keychain or some crap like that in Canada. Now Topaz is back. She had accepted. Hold on, guys. Sorry about the microphone noise. She had accepted to be on the floor for a little while. Now she's back. I'm just gonna keep her down tonight because, like I said, I want to chill for the moment. Like, if I see her settling quietly, that's different. But I can tell when she wants to like sort of walk around and harass me. And right now, she's in that kind of mood. Yeah, it's first come, first serve, guys. That's what I saw. And they're most likely going to run out of stuff, guys. So if you do want to, I would just say, yeah, exactly. Just watching her tail, you can tell what mode she's in right now. So let's move on to our next wave. And you're going to see things are going to start getting like crazy as we get our builds. Like waves are going to get crazy and our weapons are going to shoot like crazy as well. And I think I like these games as well because I'm not the best at them. And, you know, you guys know I like games that challenge me, so I like playing games that I'm not necessarily basically good at to try to get better at them. So now we have the choice between ranged damage or just general range. Our damage is -2. We're gonna go for extra range once again, just because there's more items that you'll see later on. Oh, I see it here. Look, we can combine this into this, so we have an open slot. We buy the laser gun. This is where I say like strategy can come in. You can combine the laser guns into opening up another spot. And now we can grab a crossbow level 2. Now at this point, a crossbow level 2 is better than a level 1 pistol, in my opinion. So we're going to grab the crossbow. Even though long term, we don't necessarily want crossbows. just because crossbow, well, they're not bad. It's just they're not with our general game plan. Like, I'd rather get some high-level rocket launchers than crossbows. And I didn't show you guys, like, the choice of potatoes, but I'll show you guys, like, the choice of potatoes next time for anyone who hasn't played the game. So you can get an idea of how you choose your potato at the beginning. And basically, the potatoes really are generally geared to a type of build. I'm not saying you can't take a potato and if luck has it, you get crazy drops for a different build, you can go for it. But you'll see stat-wise, there's, like, definitely each potato is pushing you towards a certain type of build and away from certain other types. Now we picked up an item. When you if you guys saw, there was a little crate. Hey, good night, Ricardo. Did I finish Sunshine Manor? No, I did not, Nanaki. I honestly played too much Brotato after, and there's a couple of games I have to try. Now, Topaz, you have to really chill. I love you too. But can you chill? Are you gonna sit down quiet? Sorry, guys, I'm negotiating with her. So, attack speed and range. So, this is exactly what we want. -1 armor. So, we're gonna go with that. We have attack speed and we have life steal. Now, upgrades also have a color coding, same color coding. So black is basic, blue is level 2, purple is level 3, red is level 4, and so forth. So we're going to give her a chance. If she sits down quiet, we're good. If she starts messing around, I'll have to put her back on the ground. You're going to lay down? Give me a few seconds, guys. Hey, yeah, good night, Ricardo, man. I know I said it already. Yeah, negotiating, like I said. Hey, Grovel, how you doing, my man? I'm negotiating with Topaz to see if she can stay, like, with us tonight, but no, I don't think so. It's not gonna work. She's in too much of a mood. Okay, so let's grab this. Oh, engineering. Now, engineering is for someone who wants to focus on turrets and automated, because there are turrets and automated things that you can get. If you're not, like, our build is most likely not going to go towards that, so any of these other ones are better. Dodge is actually a chance to, like, even if you would get hit, to not actually get hit. So we definitely want this to lower the price of everything. Max HP. So we can also re-roll the shop. So here we're going to re-roll the shop because we have a decent amount of money. And none of this is really super useful. Now this we can grab because we're not going to be focusing on elemental damage. We're going to have some decent luck here. I'm trying to debate here if I want to grab the taser instead of the crossbow, but I do not, because tasers do depend on elemental damage. So it's all about, like, learning the different weapons and what they actually do. Now, the one thing my build is currently missing is, like, raw damage. Because right now we have a decent attack speed. We have a lot of good stuff, but we're missing, like, some raw attack stats. So I might have to start choosing, like, attack stats. Ooh, there I messed up. But we're gonna life steal our way back up. By the way, all the currency that you pick up is going to be currency that you can spend. The currency you don't pick up is going to help you with your harvesting, which is basically your choice of items here. We're going to go for even more range. Now we have a blue laser gun. And an SMG. So now we can get 2 of these, because what we can do is we can sell the crossbow here by recycling it. buy the blue laser gun. We already have a blue laser gun, so we can combine it into a purple laser gun. And then we can either take an SMG or a double barrel shotgun. Now, I do think we're going to go with the SMG here, just because we want to stay as far away as we can from the people, because we're not going to be going for armor or dodge. Now, is this the perfect strategy? I have no freaking idea. I've done about like 20 runs, maybe. So obviously I am not the perfect guy yet, but I'm getting there. Now this is making it a hard choice, because I re-rolled and now we have two really good guns that I would really like, but I'm not sure what to trade them for, because this gives us lifesteal, but we have general lifesteal. The medical gun has 43% lifesteal. But we're going to be sacrificing it. We're also going to be sacrificing this, and we're going to be buying the SMG and double barrel shotgun. And we're also going to be grabbing the gecko. So we're basically like, we used all our money. I will do. Next one, we're doing a melee build. Bravo. Promise. Promise. Next one, we'll do a melee build. I just don't think I have the best potato for the melee builds yet. I know I have one that works with melee builds, but I don't think I have the best one for it. I actually like melee builds too. But they're oh dang, oh no, wow, okay. I need to focus on playing and not talking. We'll try melee build. I messed totally up, because normally I can easily make it to wave like 13, 14, and that's where generally it starts going downhill. And wave 15 is generally like my cutoff. But okay, so we're gonna grab one. 50 attack speed with unarmed weapons. No, this is not the one. This is the one this is the potato I have that is good for melee builds, but you have to specifically try to get precise weapons. And you start with a knife, but you have lower dodge, which I don't like. And range damage we don't care about. I think that's the one I had, the best one I have. Let's take a look. Luck. I'm gonna just go through them because I know I unlock. Oh wait, +2 no, this is a generalist. We have to be 3/3 for this one. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that other one for the melee build. It's just the dodge bugs me, because with a melee build you generally would want dodge. But it actually starts you like super negative. This one. No, I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. We are playing on Switch, so same thing as the last time. I'm gonna take another knife, and we're gonna have 2 knives, so we're gonna have like an easy upgrade path. So you'll see melee builds, it's the opposite of what we were doing earlier. Like, we're often going to want to be like right up against the guys. And you'll see that often you can, if you're properly equipped, you sometimes, with melee builds, I find you don't even have to move. And you just let them come to you. So we're definitely going to go for damage. Now, we don't want hand weapons. We want these. Like, I'm going to grab it now just because it's going to give us, like, something early on. But we know we can sell that hand. It's basically gonna push them back, the hand weapons, more than actually damage them. The trees, by the way, what they give you is they give you, like, they drop money, but they also drop like cactus parts, which is basically like health items. Hey, Belief, how you doing, my man? Welcome. So our dodge is like minus 30. Like, it's insane how low we are on dodge. This is like, it's like not worth going into that because of that. So in this, we're actually gonna be grabbing armor. I don't want to lower my damage. We're actually gonna just go with this for the moment. We're not gonna re-roll because we don't actually need it right now. We're going to try to re-roll when we're a little higher up because you have a chance of getting better items generally. As you can see, like I said, melee builds, I find you move less around because you want the enemies to come to you. So you just let them come. So we're definitely going to take this here. Oh, this is great. The rock 2, we're going to want. I spent too much money on that. God dang it. We're just going to lock the rock here. The rock is really good because it gives us armor on top of being a melee weapon. And I think higher up rocks even give you something else on top of just armor. Like, it's really funny because the way you move, like, depending on the build is going to be super different. Because, like I said, with the ranged build we had, we wanted to, like, not stay away, but we always wanted to definitely keep range with our enemies. In this one, it doesn't actually matter that much. Yeah, we're gonna take the scar, even though it's like it's tricky because you do want some range because you don't want to you want to be able to hit guys without necessarily them touching you. But if there's something you can sacrifice, it definitely is range, because range actually slows down melee weapons. By the way, there's a downside to range with melee weapons, is that it actually slows them down. And look, we can sort of offset what we just did by taking our range ice 2. And we're going to take our attack speed. So this is perfect. So here, we're going to go rock. Then we're going to combine our weapons into a knife 2. And grab the other knife. And we're going to grab our lumberjack shirt, because that's going to help us with trees. Do I have to do one or the other? Are you talking about like melee or ranged? No, you can mix. There's even a potato made specifically for someone who wants to mix, called the generalist, where you have to have 3 weapons of one and 3 weapons of another. Like, you can't have more than 3 ranged weapons at a time or 3 melee weapons, so you have to have like 3 of each to be maxed out. And it actually ups both types of damage. It's just that I find at the beginning when you're starting out, it's easier to focus on one or the other, because when you're doing like a mixed build, you have to know when to stay away and when to like go in, if that makes any sense at all. and it's not as easy to figure out sometimes. We're gonna go with lifesteal here because we have absolutely no lifesteal, and melee we are gonna be taking damage eventually. So planks are melee weapons, so we're gonna combine here. This. We have melee damage and crit chance, and melee damage but lowers crit chance. So it doesn't really matter we took both, because basically what we want is we want to max out the melee damage. I jumped fast into this run so that we could do another one because I sort of messed up on our last run. I was hoping to get at least like to me, if we don't get to wave like 14, it's a fail. Because we have to do better than I'm doing on average. And on average, I'm generally getting to 14 or 15. So like if we're not at least at 14 or 15, I'm disappointed with our performance. So chance of double the value of picked up materials, luck, engineering, but minus 5% damage. Ugh, that's like a crappy trade-off. I hate trading damage, but we're still gonna take it just because the fact that it can double the value of our materials. Yeah, the game's only $4.49. It's insanely good pickup in my opinion right now. We're gonna go for more lifesteal. And we're gonna go for more luck because it's the best of what we had. So like I said, we're gonna sell this now. We're gonna grab the thief's dagger. Now the screwdriver is also melee, so we have 2 planks. We're just gonna combine those. Grab this, and we are definitely gonna be grabbing the explosion damage and also the lifesteal. So we basically emptied out the shop, and we can free re-roll when this happens. Even if you have no money left, it's always a good idea because don't forget you can lock an item. So if you get something super good, you might want to do it. And I do want the statue because this is really good with a melee build. The 40% attack speed when you're standing still. Thank you for the happy belated Thanksgiving. Yes, thanks. Happy belated Thanksgiving to all the Canadians out there. Because, by the way, Canada doesn't have the same Thanksgiving as the US. And right now, today is Thanksgiving here in Canada. So, definitely, guys, happy belated Thanksgiving. Or was it yesterday? No, it's today, actually, right? Like, people celebrate on the Sunday, but Thanksgiving's actually on the Monday, right? Because with a melee build, you can actually stand still. And, like, with that item that we have, it's gonna give us a huge advantage when we are standing still. So we'll be able to, like, just stand here like this and knock out everyone who comes by. Okay, we got like 3 item crates in this one. This is pretty crazy. This world we're actually gonna sell though. This is actually really good. Do we have piercing damage? I would have needed to look. We're gonna recycle it. I don't think, because we have to lower our general damage and it doesn't feel good. Oh my god. Like all this, well, we're gonna grab the harvesting because it's like the best of that. Yeah, we don't need both these items, but we can actually grab one because we can combine our 2 blue knives into that. And we can grab our plank because we have we have an item that boosts our explosive damage. You're right. It's after midnight for a lot of them. Hey, good night, B-Leaf. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Exactly, Earthling. Well, that's honestly one of the reasons I wanted to play it too, because it was the title of my thumbnail, and I tried to make it interesting by talking about it, but I judge by the comments if it's hitting or not, and very few people were talking about Brotato, so I got the feeling it was being like underrated right now. So I thought that playing it would like sort of sell it. And I think that one thing that this game has going for it but against it at the same time is that the graphics they're using can be very easily makes it easily look like one of those cheap, not fun mobile games. Now, it's not, okay? It's not, by the way. But I think you guys get what the feeling that I mean. Like, the art style that they're using, although it really works for the game once you actually play it, if you're just looking at one screenshot, you're thinking cheap mobile game. And it's not a cheap... Well, it's a cheap game, but it's really well developed, and it doesn't fit the definition, in my opinion, of one of those cheap mobile games that like look fun but is not fun. It is, because I think there is a mobile version of Brotato 2, which is why I'm saying it's not a mobile game, but it's like not a pure mobile game. And like it came out on Steam first, like if I'm not mistaken. There was an early access on Steam for a long time. So that's it. So that's why honestly I wanted to do at least one like streaming session with it. The one thing I'm glad though is a lot of people are talking about it. Like even Wood on Beat 'em Ups talked about it in his latest like eShop video. Like, I'm not gonna call it an eShop sale video because he doesn't do it on sale. He just talks about like good eShop games that he's played lately. Okay, and I have to be careful here because I messed up hardcore there. Now we need some lifesteal to save our ass. Why am I getting no lifesteal? Dang. Yeah, these big guys are messing me up right now. And we don't have a build to deal with them, and I can't stand still to use the upped attack speed. Hold on, guys. I have to focus for 2 seconds here. Get us out of the jam. Oh, okay. That was a little rough. Because our build is okay, but it's not perfect right now. Yeah, we're gonna take this. Like, these, basically, the reason our build's not doing that hot is this has been really bad. We've been getting really bad item choices there. We're gonna take this. And it's weird, because sometimes you're gonna buy items just to give you... you're gonna buy items just to, like, offset negatives that you put in from other items. Like this game is really weird. It's like all about balancing, I find, or just disregarding what you know is garbage. Now, do we have a burning items? I forget. Yeah, this does the burning damage. Okay, we're gonna grab that because it's gonna add burning damage to our stuff. And I'm wondering why we weren't getting like any lifesteal the whole time I was like hitting waves. So we're gonna try and stay as still as we can for as long as we can. Because don't forget, we have plus 40 attack speed when we stand still. Okay? The reason we want to stand still is for that, so that we can like cash in. We're gonna move a bit because like the big guys are the problem. We're getting to the point. I said that, then we like totally took a big hit. Like, there's actually a build where you don't have to move. Like, if you get multiple those items that gives you like the 40% attack speed, there's actually a build where you don't need to move. Let's go with more attack speed. Let's grab some armor. Picking up material. This can be really good. Now we're gonna re-roll here because, well, okay, we're gonna grab the crown and then we're gonna re-roll. +2 melee damage. Like, this is really good, but we have no dodge. And this is what I was talking about. This spawns a turret. So this is actually really decent. If you can get a lot of those turrets, you can actually, like, do builds where you build turrets. Like, you can have a turret-based build. And you can go maxed out on engineering and, like, have your turrets do all the damage for you. No, man, you didn't sleep till Friday. So we're going to stay next to our turret. We're not going to move. And we're going to hopefully... We're going to hope that our build our advantage of not getting extra attack speed when we don't move keeps us alive for a while so we can max out. Now, those big guys were going to crash me again. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, we're going to try and regen a bit. Okay, we're back almost full health. Like, I don't know how long I have to stand still for the 40% attack speed to kick in. Now here we're getting... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Man, yeah, this didn't work out well. For the moment, I honestly am really liking better ranged builds than melee builds. Because melee builds, I find you have to have, like, the perfect mix of crap for it to work out well. And I think there are better potatoes for melee builds. So, yeah. that was disappointing. Now, by the way, this is the basic potato you get at the beginning. Well-rounded. Which is a super good way to start the game when you don't know what to do. So you can just try the different items. A brawler. Basically, you want to aim for unarmed weapons. And really close-up brawling. Okay, so this could be another really good one, theoretically, for melee builds. Then you have the crazy, which is the one I was using. I like this one for melee builds just because it really gives you a mix of the two. Like I said, the one thing I really don't like is the -30 dodge. But I find the ranger is better for ranged builds. But it actually, and the negative doesn't hurt as much as the negative on these two. Like, basically, instead of anything you take that gives you max HP is reduced by 25%. I don't know if the Super Meat Boy designer made this game, but you're right. The art style does remind me somewhat of Super Meat Boy. You have mage, so this is if you want to focus on mage weapons. There are mage weapons in the game. And like I said, I don't have all the potatoes yet, but these are the ones I have so far. So a modification. So this is like if you want to go for really like a chunky build. So if you want to be able to take a lot of damage and not care as much, so not have to dodge as much, the chunky one is really good. Then you have the old, which is basically, it lowers the speed of the enemies. And basically, it makes the map smaller, so the arena becomes smaller, but everything else is positive. Then you have the lucky character, so you basically lower attack speed, but you should be getting better stuff. The mutant character, everything costs more, but you get way more XP. Then you have the generalist. This is the one I was talking about. If you want to try a mixed build of melee and ranged, you want the generalist. The problem, like I said at the beginning, is that the movement in this one, like, I'm not ready for it. Like, well, I'm not ready for it. I could try to get ready for it, but for the moment, it's not the way I move around the map. It's like either I'm in melee mode or I'm in ranged mode. This one, you have to sort of know when to be in melee mode and when to be in ranged mode, which is, like, in my opinion, not where I'm at right now. We could try it though. We could try like a mixed build. Then you have the loud character, which is plus 30 damage, but you have more enemies and you have less harvesting at the end. Multitasker, you can put up to 12 weapons, but you have minus 5 damage for every weapon that you have. So the more weapons you put, the less damage each weapon does. If that makes any sense. Then you have the Wildling, which is, for the moment, 30% lifesteal with primitive weapons. So you really have to focus on one type of weapon, and you can't go above tier 2 weapons. So I found, like, that feels really, really too hard, like, too hardcore. The Explorer is basically, you're going to focus on materials and, like, making a ton of money. No, this is the one that you focus on trees, on basically maxing out trees on the map and like healing up. Then you have the Renegade, which is it reduces accuracy. So I'm wondering if this is a build. I'm not sure what this one is for. I'm thinking it's maybe someone who wants to do manual aiming, because the fact that it lowers the accuracy doesn't really matter. And then you have the Glutton, that is basically explosion damage. So if you want to focus on exploding items. For Super Meat Boy, the artwork of LRG. Yeah. But well, let's see who makes this. Give me a sec, guys. I'll pull it up. Brotato. The music's really good too, I find. Like, obviously it does become somewhat repetitive, but not repetitive enough. And at one point, it does a good job of like melding with the background, and you're focusing on the gameplay, and the music is just there. But it's good too at the same time. So this is made by Blobfish, who made Space Gladiators as their only other game that I could see on the eShop. This is the developer-wise. Have not played Space Gladiators, but it's definitely the exact same art style, but in a different gameplay style, so I might check that out after. And it is published by Seven Studios, which basically did Buisson and some other games that I don't know. The only game I know that they did is Buisson, which is like Blowfish. Yeah, I think that's what I said, right? Blobfish. Blobfish. My bad. Not Blowfish, Blobfish. With a B, not a W. Buisson is like a game where it's like a pixel art game where you have to hide in bushes. And, well, not pixel art, like hand-drawn, where you have to hide in bushes. It's like a weird, like, stealth-based gameplay game. I didn't get into it. It's been on sale multiple times. Some people really liked it. I really didn't. I tried it, and I really wasn't able to get, like, a love for the game. So I've never suggested it on eShop deals because of that. Because I wouldn't be able to... You know, when I tried to suggest a game on eShop deals, I tried to say, like, this is what I liked about it. And this one's really hard to figure out, like, what I would really like about this game. And I know it feels bad because maybe some people love it, but I have trouble. Like, I couldn't get into it. So I don't like suggesting games like that, Because if you ask me like what's good about it, I'm like, it's hard for me to, it's hard for me to put that into words because I didn't like it that much. But I do know some people that did. Meat Boy versus Meat What? Let's make it happen, definitely. How did you guys like my Eternal Champions? What do you guys think of a remake? I want to do a few of those. Like, I want to look at some Sega games that like have not had remakes in a long time. Another game actually made me think of that, but the other game was like way too easy of a should we get a sequel, because anyone who's played the other games are like would automatically be like definitely. And that other game is Shining Force. I don't know if anyone here has played Shining Force on Sega Genesis, but well, the first two are on Sega Genesis, and there's a third one on Saturn or Dreamcast. I'm not sure which one it came out on, like off the top of my head, but there is a Shining Force 3. But personally, like the two that I have the fondest memories of in my heart is Shining Force 1 and 2, and more specifically Shining Force 2. And those are like basically Sega's version of whatchamacallit, Fire Emblem. I know I have the box right behind me. Fire Emblem. Which are basically strategy RPGs, but very storyline rooted and like character rooted. So it's not like make your own characters. It's like you go through the storyline, you meet characters, they become part of your team. And what I really like is that depending on the choices you make, you don't, like in Shining Force, is you didn't necessarily get the same characters in every run. So if you didn't do certain things or you didn't make certain decisions, you would actually not get certain characters in certain runs, or you would get other characters. And it's on the Sega Genesis Classics collection, by the way. If you have the Sega Genesis Classics collection and you don't know, like if you'd like to play a retro game that is super high quality and it's on the Sega Genesis Classics collection, Shining Force. It's a strategy RPG, really good storyline. Maybe not as developed as today's RPGs, but like if you like classic RPG storylines, like very simple, like save the world and make it by finding the godly sword that can stop the evil dragon lord. That is Shining Force, because Shining Force is basically the mystical sword that you're looking for throughout the whole game, which is the only one that can kill the super boss at the end. I'm not sure. That is a super good question. Because I have it on Genesis, which is why I don't know. Because if I want to play it, I play it on Genesis. It is one of the few Sega Genesis games I kept from my collection that is boxed. And I'm pretty sure it's a complete copy. Yeah, I still have the manual and everything. So it's one of the few games. And look, it is, I'm going to say it myself, because, obviously in a post like that, I can't say that much. But it's not the best fighter out there. It's just, I think this was a fighter that had enormous potential just because visually it looked great. And they had some great designs on some of the fighters. It just needed a second iteration to like smooth out the gameplay. Like its biggest problem was that the gameplay was not smooth, and like it needed a second iteration, just the same way as like it was very good. It just, like, if you compare it to Street Fighter, like gameplay wise, there was still a little bit lacking. Like the jump between Street Fighter and Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? If anyone's played the original Street Fighter, like Eternal Champions, if it could get that like Eternal Champions 2, that was basically like the smoothed out version. Same thing as Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 was so much better because it had an extended roster. The basics were there, but they refined everything. Same idea. The basics were there, it just needed refinement. And Topaz is back yet again. Yeah, it's the New York Mets color. It's actually Naruto. It's Ichiraku Ramen. It is Ichiraku Ramen Shop. It is what. Honestly, I got this hat. I was looking at it for a super long time, and it fell on sale at my GameStop, and I had to pick it up. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, I'm growing out my beard for my Halloween costume, so things are gonna get a little scraggly over the next couple of weeks. But I need my full beard for my Halloween costume. I'm going to be taking part of it off, but till then I have to let it grow as big as I can for the Halloween costume. And obviously after that, we're going to be jumping straight into Movember. So I'll be like perfectly set up for for Movember. I had to put Topaz on the ground, man. Anyway, she's laying on my backpack down there. I have like a backpack that I leave next to my seat all the time, where I put my work stuff in, and she loves laying on that backpack. Okay, let's move into a run as we keep chatting away. But yeah, like Shining. Oh, we didn't check if it's on the Sega Genesis Classic. Like, it's easier to check online than to actually pop out my collection. And this site doesn't have a list of the games. Nintendo's website's not gonna have it. We're looking for Eternal Champions, right? It is not on there. I have a site that has it alphabetical, and it is not on there. But like I said, Shining Force 1 and 2 is. Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. Vector Man 1 and 2. There's this Revenge of Shinobi. Like, I know some of those games do have input lag or slight input lag, but they're still very playable versions of the games. Maybe not the perfect versions, but very playable versions. And it's such great value when that one's on sale. Yeah, I agree, Psychosis Media. Like I said, it just needed a second iteration to smooth things out. Like, even a Eternal Champions Turbo, you know, like what they did with Street Fighter 2 once again. I just point to that series because it is like the iteration of like that era fighting games. Like, even like an Eternal Champions Turbo Edition, where they like balanced some of the characters out. They made the jumping mechanic a little smoother, and they maybe like accelerated the gameplay a little bit to also smooth it out. Boom, we would have had a amazing game. There's honestly so many Genesis franchises that I would like. That's what I'm looking at, and I wanted for the longest time to do a video of like Genesis franchises that need to come back. And like right away I can see like 6. Like Vector Man deserves a reiteration, in my opinion. It would work super well as a 2.5D platformer nowadays. We could have Shinobi. Shinobi would be great. That could even go 3D. Like, we could do a little bit of a Ninja Gaiden type thing. Or we could keep it like 2.5D or 2D pixel art stuff and still be good. Shining Force. Golden Axe. Now, I know Golden Axe, people have tried it, but I would love to see like a really good edition of Golden Axe. Like, we're in a beat 'em up revival right now. Golden Axe, I don't get. Hold on, I'm gonna skip the ads for you guys. The ads are about to start, and we're gonna skip these. I'm gonna try and catch as many as I can tonight. But yeah, we're in a beat 'em up revival. I don't get that Golden Axe hasn't like been revived yet. With all these with all these franchises coming back in super good shape, I don't get that someone hasn't scooped up Golden Axe and like just made it awesome. There was another, Splatterhouse. And I know there was a Splatterhouse on the Xbox 360 PS3 because I actually have it. But I would love to see Splatterhouse redone. And it could be a really different type of beat 'em up. You know what I mean? Because Splatterhouse is like beat 'em up gameplay, but it's one player beat 'em up gameplay. Rather than like, well, one player beat 'em up gameplay. There's a lot of games that are one player beat 'em up gameplay, but it's like it's more like an action game with beat 'em up gameplay. But anyway, those are like, and there's more than that, but like right off the top of my head, those are great ones that I would love to see reinvented for like modern era or like retro style, but you know, with modern gameplay elements. Even Altered Beast would be great. Altered Beast could be so turned into a standard beat 'em up style, or like, you know, like a beat 'em up style that like throws back to the original. Anyway, I love you, but stop. I can't. You can't jump in front of the screen. You guys can see like how she's like coming right in front of me. Give me a sec. Ugh. You're on the ground, girl. Okay. Let's get another run going because Clay Fighter could be great. Spy versus Spy. Let's try. Like I would love to finish a run tonight. I haven't been lucky though, because these last two runs, well, the first run we did wasn't that bad. I just really messed up on that one level. It was actually not that bad. I more just really didn't pay attention on that one level and I messed up. Range damage, of course. Pistol. Boom. Boom, and let's lock this in. I know, I know I would love to do, and you are right, and probably when there are less games to play, you know, like starting in January, one of these late stream nights can probably become retro games. Retro games are just games that we've played before that I really want to replay with you guys again, or games that came out a couple of years ago that we never had a chance to play on stream. Like once we're done this section of the year where like there's always games coming out, we could go crit chance, but I don't feel like going crit chance. Ugh. We're once again gonna have like, okay, we're gonna lock this in. So yes, we have 2 locked, because just in case we don't get anything better. But by locking, just to let you guys know, there's a good and there's a bad side to locking. Obviously, locking is because the weapon can be useful, but the problem is that, let's say something better was gonna spawn in its spot. Well, it's not going to, because you locked in that other weapon. Or item, I should say, because it's not only weapons, you can also lock in items. Okay, we're gonna go for range damage, and we're gonna go for harvesting. Oh my god, I want all 3 of them. Like, range is better, so we have to go with that. We're not going to lock anything else. Yeah, no, but I've said that has been a long-term plan of mine, where I do want you to like do a blend of like Switch and retro gaming. Like honestly, just playing through Mario 3 or just playing through like the retro library on the Switch would be awesome. Man, A Link to the Past. Wouldn't play, like, I know it would be long, but like, can you imagine playing through A Link to the Past on stream? Like, to me, that sounds like a great idea. Maybe some people are gonna be like, ugh, boring. We've all played that game. But to me, it sounds like amazing. So I sold that. We're gonna just go for basic damage. Okay, now we're gonna combine. Grab the medical gun. Like, okay, we're gonna grab the beanie. Honestly, one thing that I'm seriously looking at right now, that I'm gonna try to get, like, probably, like, if there's like a mega sale on Black Friday or something like that, is a Steam Deck. I do think that from time to time there could be some really fun indie games that are available only on Steam that we could play. That could be interesting from time to time. And especially like indie games, what's great is like, if you have Steam, even if you have an old computer, they can play like almost any like basic indie game. We're actually gonna grab some speed. I didn't grab any last time, and see, having extra range now is we can grab that for extra damage even though we're losing range. And here we're gonna grab extra luck instead, because we actually have no HP regeneration right now, which is okay, because if we have lifesteal, we don't necessarily need HP regeneration. And I know that last game, I think that was one of our problems, is we didn't have an upgraded medical gun. The upgraded medical gun actually really helps later in the run, because the medical gun has like almost 50% lifesteal on it, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. So you need the upgraded version to do enough damage where the lifesteal is actually really meaningful. Meaning that in a couple of shots, it can sort of fill you back up to almost full health. Oof. So we're obviously going to recycle that. Dodge, harvesting, melee range, recycle that. You see we have lifesteal here, or pure damage. We're gonna grab lifesteal because it's blue. If not, I would have taken damage, honestly. And we're gonna grab the harvesting. Now we have the revolver. I think the revolver is better than the pistol. Yeah, we're gonna recycle our pistol. We're gonna grab the revolver instead. Let's re-roll the shop here. What's our attack speed like? Ugh. We're gonna do that. It's actually gonna negate most of it. Now we do need some more attack speed though. Our HP's low, we can't take the leather vest. Yeah, I know the Toxic Crusaders demos on Steam, and that's why I would like to sometimes have a Steam Deck, because there's not only just to play games that are only available on Steam, but also because sometimes there are demos on Steam that aren't available on the Switch, but we know the games are coming to Switch. Or we could try a game that's coming to Switch ahead of time. And then obviously just do like a performance comparison when it comes out on Switch. Which is just going to give us like, or when I say us, me, more liberty schedule-wise. Because sometimes when like 4 games are coming out at once, it sucks. And sometimes there's weeks where I'm like trying to find a game to play. You know what I mean? Like, where I'm like, oh, there's nothing this week. Like, it hasn't happened lately because there's so many games coming out. I ordered that game. I just did the demo. From what I heard, the gameplay is meh, but decent storyline and great. Oh. Is that the Dealfield? Yeah, Dealfield Chronicles. I agree with that. Like, it's a good game, but yeah, there is definitely, like, the storyline could use a little bit of work, but it's still overall a great game. This is rough. See, this is rough because I have to sell a weapon to grab the laser gun and then be able to upgrade it. But we are going to sell the shotgun. We're going to grab the laser gun instead. We're going to re-roll. We're going to combine the laser gun. We're going to grab the shuriken. I grabbed the wrong thing. That's fine, because the other bag is fine too. I wanted it anyway. And we're going to grab that. I think we're good for this. Those big guys, man, they are the bane of my existence in this game so far. Those big guys often, like, are the ones that kill me. Like, you have to have a lot of concentrated damage to take care of them quickly. And it's, like, currently in this build... Actually, what I'm lacking in this build right now, I think, is attack speed. I'm going to look at my stats, but what I think right now we're lacking seriously is attack speed. Oof. Yeah, attack speed's at 3. Like, this one, you need a lot of attack speed. What's our dodge like? We're gonna take this because we don't care. Oh, this is such a hard one to take because it's so good when you can take it, but you really have to be in a position where the last wave was so easy that you know you'll be able to, like, toast the next one, which is not our case right now. So we're going to have to recycle it. Now, we don't need speed. We need attack speed. My God, they're driving me nuts. Okay. This is good. The flamethrower, it's that you need... I think you need a lot of elemental damage for it to be good. It deals burning damage. Yeah, see, it's elemental heavy. We don't have elemental. So in this case, we're better off recycling this and grabbing the crossbow. The shredder would be good if we didn't have these weapons already. It's just not definitely better than what we have. We could try to re-roll again, but we're getting a little low on money. Like, if we get something really good, we just won't be able to buy it. Which is why we're going to try to do the next wave as is. Anyway, we got a decent amount of attack speed up this time, actually, in the items. Like, I think we almost got like a boost of 20% in attack speed. Like, so far I know we don't have any big guys though. I was like, this is going well, but I haven't confronted any big guys yet. Oh my god. Big guys annoy me each and every time. We're gonna angle towards the trees. Now what sucks is like there's a bunch of items, but we're gonna have trouble picking them up without getting hit. We actually did not too bad there. Oof, that was actually a really good wave. We got a ton of money there. No. We're once again getting like no freaking attack speed. It is insane. But we do want the range. A pistol 2. Now, do you guys see what the problem is here? It's like to buy the pistol 2, I have to sell something. And we have nothing to replace it with. So what we're going to do nonetheless is we're going to do this. I'm going to sell my SMG here. We're going to buy this. We're going to buy the cyber ball because that is really good. Melee ranged elemental, but we don't. We're going to re-roll again. This is good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to combine. I'm going to grab the shuriken. But we're still going to re-roll. Oh, nice. Much better. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to recycle this, then buy the revolver, then combine the revolver. Because we weren't going to keep the shuriken anyway. Then buy the SMG. Do I want more? I feel like the double barrel shotgun's going to be better than the crossbow. Okay. Yes, we're going to do that. Whew. Okay. I don't know if that was the right call. We'll see performance-wise. Like, against the little guys, I know it's going to be good. It's the big guys that I'm worried about. Because basically, like, we have a lot of scattered damage, but not as much, like, single target. But actually, it's doing pretty well. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this. Because we're shredding the big guys fairly decently, too. We're just shredding them when we get close. Ooh. That cost us a bit. But you guys are gonna see, like, starting at level, like, 13-ish, like, the map gets, like, crazy packed. Like, sometimes you have to walk right through, like, a field of bad guys. Oof. Like, lungs are red. Now, we're going to cut down by 25%, so we're going to get 4 HP rather than 5. But I think at this point, it's actually better than the 5% damage. Even though normally HP isn't something I go for, why did we get no HP? We're still at 15. Did I take a freaking item that locks our HP and I messed up? No. So maybe we only sit after. This is actually really good. That we do not want. We're gonna reroll 1. Harvesting melee damage. That's gonna be good. This we don't care because we already are at 0 dodge. Life steal. Enemies harvesting. How much life steal are we at? Plus 10% enemies. That's the part that really bugs me because you guys are going to see it's going to get pretty freaking crazy. So 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but 1 extra enemy for every 10 is going to get pretty crazy. I actually hope they do a physical for this for retro sake. Let me just see if there's any rumors online for a physical Brotato Switch physical. Oh, guys, I have to show you the new tattoo I got. I got a crazy dumb tattoo today. I don't see any rumors so far for a physical. I don't see, but I do hope that someone does do it. Like, honestly, this would be one of the reasons, even if it was LRG, I would buy it from LRG. Even though I tried to not buy for this game, if they made a physical from LRG, I would do it. Same thing for Vampire Survivors, by the way. Isn't there a physical for Vampire Survivors coming? Something just like scratched my brain. Hold on. No, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get a face tattoo, but it's almost as bad because I got a hand tattoo. So I got a tattoo on my hand. Nothing for a physical on Vampire Survivors either. Nah. I got a lobster claw on my hand. This is the latest tattoo I got. It is a lobster claw. Hold on, put it up better. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do bigger. Give me a sec. Ugh. Let me just get the right angle because it's hard the way I'm. Okay. Can anyone guess why I got a lobster claw on my hand? I'm pretty sure no one's gonna get it. It is not for the rock lobster. It is even cheesier than that. Like there's a bunch of like less cheesy things I could say is the reason I got it. I could say because I use the claw grip when I'm playing, but that's not it either. So it's not that I use the claw grip and I wanna have the ultimate claw grip. You know what I mean? Like, I know it could be stupid, but that could be a way I could get out of it. By the way, I'm allergic to seafood. So it has nothing to do with me loving lobsters. I'm actually really allergic to seafood, to shellfish. So, not that either. I'm gonna give it a couple of more minutes. Let's do a wave, and I'm gonna see if anyone can come up with the reason in the chat. The one thing I will say is that it does have to do it does have to do with a TV show. Just not either of the ones you've named so far. Because Rock Lobster was like Family Guy, and Krabby Patties is like SpongeBob, but it's not those two. No, my nickname is Rick. My like Rick is the nickname. Like my grandparents called me Ricky when I was younger. What I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna be like, it is so cheesy. But I did decide, by the way, on my next tattoo that I'm getting, which is gonna be a Mario related tattoo. And that one I'm actually pretty excited about. I can't show a picture yet because the picture doesn't exist. Like, I'm gonna have the artist make an original one for me. Like, I know what the layout is gonna be, but I don't know. I don't have an exact picture I could show. I didn't even do the approximate yet. The approximate's in my mind, but I will be making like the Photoshop of what I want, like where I want everything placed, and then he'll do the artistic part of, you know, designing it into like a tattoo form. Now we get into the guys that shoot a lot. Now the problem at this wave, starting on 11, you'll see is there's going to be a lot of projectiles. Oh my god, Earthling, you are extremely close. Earthling is extremely close to it. And For Retro Sake has the exact answer. So today is the 12th anniversary of me and my wife becoming a couple. Okay, it's not our marriage anniversary. Our marriage anniversary is in June. But 12 years today, we started dating. And so we got basically she has the exact same claw on her right hand. And basically, when we put our hands together, it's like our two claws are holding hands. And in Friends, which is a show that we both grew up loving, because, you know, we're old and we watched Friends when it was actually on TV. And I know a lot of you guys are in the same age group as me, but for anyone who's younger, like me and her grew up watching Friends on TV. And yes, there's this episode where Phoebe says that basically lobsters mate for life, and they walk holding claws hand in hand, and she like does like her little finger thing like this. And basically, we wanted to get the dumbest tattoo that no one would get. Well, not no one will get, but very few people will get until you see it together, sort of. So that is exactly it. And my wife has the exact same tattoo on her right hand as me that we got today. And that is it. But I'm gonna... It sucks that I didn't do the Photoshop yet for the Mario tattoo that I want to get. But I always preferred living single over Friends. No problem, man. I'll explain the Mario tattoo I want to get. So it's going to be on this forearm because this forearm has Avengers-ish. Like, it's weird because the camera angle's weird. Like, it's actually straight on my arm when you see it. Like, when you're looking at my arm straight, it's straight. But anyway, I'll still try to explain it. So basically, it's going to be going this way, okay? But basically, I'm going to have a Mario block here. You know, the question mark Mario block. Right down here. And then basically popping out of the Mario block, you're going to have the 3 original power-ups. So you're going to have a mushroom, a fire flower, and a star. So like, it's like they're popping out of the block in like a Z setup. So block down here, mushroom, flower, star. And then in the backdrop, like just around it, the backdrop, I'm going to have the original Mario colors. Like, I'll have the original Mario colors of having, like, you know, like the green and blue backdrop of the first level. So like, you know, green down here, and then like blue sky up above the power-ups. If that makes any sense at all. But so I don't know if you guys can picture it. It's okay. Look, I got my Avengers in the exact same spot, like exact same type of spot, and like this one was freaking annoying because it's like right on the tendons. But I'm pretty good with tattoo stuff, and for people that don't know, like I have my whole chest tattooed on the right side. Yeah, right side. Like I have like a whole chest tattoo that does like my whole right side chest plate. Like I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, he's like a tattoo freak, but you know, I like tattoos, but I think a long time about them. So by the way, I've been thinking about like a Mario or Zelda tattoo for probably sorry about that grovel. I've been thinking about like a Mario or Zelda tattoo for like probably the last 10-ish years. And I finally decided what I want. I'm still gonna want a we're gonna get back to the game, by the way. I'm still gonna want like a Zelda tattoo after that, but I'm gonna think long and hard about it because I've been like, to me, I have to have a tattoo in mind and want the same one for a long time before I do it. You know what I mean? So like I have to be thinking about it for a long time and be like, yes, I've been thinking about it for 2 years and it's the same tattoo that I want like 2 years later. Yeah, exactly, Psychosis. So don't worry. I'm pretty good with it. Like honestly, the only place that I can actually legit say not hurt, but I really didn't like getting tattooed was near my nipple. Like, because when I did my chest plate here, when they get around your nipple, that annoyed me. Like, I wouldn't say hurt because you know I managed to keep it, but I was looking forward to him being done that part. Like I was like, oh my god. Because if you've never been tattooed, oh sorry about that, guys. If you've never been tattooed in that general area, you have so many nerve endings around your nipple that even though he's tattooing beside your nipple, if you close your eyes, you would swear he is tattooing right on the top of your nipple. Like basically your body can't tell the difference between beside the nipple and on top of the nipple. It's the same idea as when someone puts like fingers in your back and says, how many fingers am I touching your back with? You can rarely tell how many fingers are there, but it's the reverse idea. The reason why is that your back has very few nerve endings. Your nipple has too many, so it's like overloaded with signals, so it feels like you're right on it, but you're not. Anyway, that is one of the... That's the only one I've got to say was like not super pleasant. Now this weapon I really hate, or this item I really hate, by the way. Let's get back to the game a bit. The triangle of power I really hate because the time where you want the most damage is at the end of the wave. And if you do take damage, it's at the end of the wave that you'll be the weakest. Oh, but that's beautiful, Frenchie Mom. And yeah, well, I hope one day like people don't get turned off the channel because they're like, oh my god, he's a tattooed freak. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm worried. Like the next time I do like a controller review, you guys are gonna see like the lobster claw while I'm showing the controller, and I wonder if some people are gonna be like, oh, that's weird to have tattoos on your hands, because like we were debating for a long time getting a tattoo on your hand because it's a part of your body that you can't cover up. You know what I mean? Like it's a little weird, especially if you go for like a high-end job interview. You can't cover up your hands, you know what I mean? But I do think I'm at the point in my life where my qualifications speak enough for themselves that they won't judge me on a lobster tattoo on my hand. It's not like I have a like, you know, flipping the bird on my hand. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between a lobster claw and like an obscene or a scary tattoo. But anyway, hopefully it's not going to affect too much. Let's lifesteal or luck. Yeah, I agree. There are still some environments that they're less, however. I'm not gonna say like, and I totally disagree with that. Like, to me, a tattoo, not tattoo, has no impact whatsoever on your competency for a job. I'm just gonna say, like, if you ever want to be like CEO of a company, like Sony, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying I would ever go for that kind of job, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going up for like a huge CEO position or something like that, it is weird. But if I would get to that point in my life, you know what? I'd pay for laser removal. I'd be like, hey, honey, we get a chance to make like 10 times the salary I'm making now. Is it okay if I get my love tattoo laser removed? I think she'll be okay with it. But, you know, I'm just joking around. I'll never become CEO of Sony or anything like that, or Nintendo, you know what I mean? But, like, there are just a few, like, very high-end, like, traditional jobs that would be. Oh, yeah? Japan is not a fan of tattoos, even on foreigners. It's fine. Well, it's because I know that, however, over there, like, traditionally, tattoos for a long time were very associated with Yakuza and, like, a heavy criminal element, and like it was a way to identify them quickly. And you could argue that here in North America it was sort of the same thing, because for a long time gangs like identified themselves with tats and stuff like that, and biker gangs and stuff like that. But I think Japan, it was even deeper rooted into like that particular culture. Oh no, 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 no. Why did I do that? The worst is I'm like, I always do that when we get to like these later levels. It's like I could have easily just waited to pick up the garbage, gone to the open section, killed a few more guys, and waited for a better occasion to go and grab the crap. But no, I jumped straight in like a... that is freaking annoying. Now, currently I have a problem. I have so many projects that I want to do that I don't know what I should do tomorrow. Because I'm off tomorrow. And I want it to be like a YouTube-centered day. But now I have the reverse problem that I have sometimes. You know, sometimes when you're thinking, I don't know what video to make, I have nothing to talk about. But right now I have so many videos to make that the reason I'm not making them is that I don't know which one I want to start first. And when I say not making them, I've worked on a couple over the weekend, but I haven't like gone all in on one. Yeah, exactly, with the Yakuza, exactly. It was for a long time, like I said, yeah, like mob and organized crime and whatnot. But I mean, it should be getting easier over the years, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Let's try a generalist build. Let's try a mix between ranged and melee. We will try. Now we have to choose a basic weapon. What do we want to start with? I'm actually not sure because, like, I've never done a generalist build. Okay, let's try this Cacti Club. We're gonna try the first one. Ouch. Oof. It is slow. Not necessarily a bad choice, it's just like way different than normally starting with either of the other builds I do. Okay. Let's do... HP regeneration. We're going to try and do like a regeneration-y build. We're actually going to lock the line mines because I want those. Okay, so now we've got 2 clubs and we've got a slingshot. So we've got 1 ranged, 2 melee. Now it's going to be a little better. It feels like a slow start. So we're going to go for 5% damage rather than +2 ranged, just because we're going for a mixed build. So it feels like, obviously you could go for 1, but yeah, we'll go with this. Just I feel like I'm picking up like any kind of weapon and not, well, I mean, it's the start, so I guess it is that. We are just picking up whatever we can. It just doesn't feel good in the sense that I don't have an upgrade path in mind. Let's actually go for attack speed. +2. No, I don't want either of those. So we're just gonna keep these and we're gonna keep going. Like, I could have re-rolled there, theoretically, but it didn't feel like the right move. Just because, like I said, I don't know what I want. Hey, Topaz. Yes. Like this, like, it feels like with a generous build, what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna want distance, but then go in when they're weak. I mean, sure. Actually, I want the attack speed. Oh, rocket launcher, nice. So we're gonna get rid of this. Why can't I? Oh, it's because oh, dang. I messed up. I messed up. I sold a melee weapon. Ugh, that feels bad. That was really just a bad move. Ugh, okay. That was once, yeah. Too bad. It's because we're streaming at night, guys. That's why we're getting those. I'm just gonna hide them and thank you very much. You can move on. Yeah, me too. Honestly, for a while we were getting them each and every stream. Like anyone who like's been coming to my stream for a couple of years, for a while every single stream we would have to block 1 or 2 of those bots, and they haven't been around for a while. But I generally don't stream at 1:27 a.m. either. I guess maybe it's one of those, they're focusing on the nighttime group rather than 7 p.m. ish. Not saying that anyone can't watch porn at 7 p.m. I just think there's maybe a lower percentage of people. They're trying to be strategic about it. Yeah, I see I messed up, and that's where I'm scared with generalist builds. Like, because I'm not used to build, I messed up there. 10% crit chance for armor feels good. Like, normally, for the moment, I haven't gotten too much into crit builds, but it just felt like a super good trade-off for what it is. Okay, so scissors is the equivalent of the melee medical gun. What's my damage? Yeah, 10% for more trees, sure. And the Cyclops worm, I'm good with not grabbing that. You played it on your phone? Yeah, okay, so I knew it must have had a mobile presence. Like, it feels one of those games that they had to put on mobile, just like Vampire Survivors remains an amazing game even though it is on mobile. Super fun. Totally agree, Unicron. It is a crazy good game. Topaz, when do you go to sleep? Like, when do you go to sleep? Do you ever sleep? Ah, she does. She sleeps at night often with my youngest. It's just because I'm up now, she's still up. Ugh. Ugh. We're gonna go for general attack speed. Yeah, we're gonna grab harvesting. +3 dodge and plus 20% dodge while standing still. Let's re-roll this. Oof. Like, this is, you see, this is what I knew was going to happen. In the sense that, like, if I want to upgrade the scissors, I need to sell a weapon here. But, oh, actually, no, I don't. We can do that. And I'm at 3-3. We're okay. Okay, we were lucky. That's it. Now, honestly, if we get another good melee weapon, I can upgrade the scissors. But you see, upgrade paths are going to be a lot harder because you've got to balance. Like, you can't... I can't overload on one item to combine it. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I can't temporarily go up to 4 melee items to combine 2 melee items into one and then, like, replace it with a ranged weapon. And that's what I knew was going to happen in this build, is that, like, that restrictiveness is going to be a little annoying from time to time. Actually, this feels like a good build for one, like a build where, like, you would try to stay immobile. Because you're mixing both, because when they get in close, you have your melee, but the range will weaken them before they get in close. Oh, dang. That was not too good there. Four seconds to hold on. Oof, okay, we made it. Inferno 2 is very good. This is great. We're gonna do this, even though it's, like, a little dangerous, because we can't get any more max HP. There's one thing, too, that you can't do in this game, is you can't sell items. So if you pick up an item, you're stuck with it. At least I haven't seen a way that you can sell items. We're actually going to take some ranged. Or dodge. What's our dodge? No, we're going to take some lifesteal. Oh. Oh. Oh, you see? You see here? Is I can't get everything I want. Okay, we're gonna have to sell this to buy this, then combine with this, then buy this, then also buy this, and now we can combine. Like, now we're okay because I can combine either a melee or a ranged when I need to. But honestly, a purple... Oh my god. That hurt. I couldn't not pick up a purple rocket launcher. It's just great for, like, area of effect damage. And like you guys saw later, the ability to clear out, like, a section of the map, not have to worry about it, is super useful. Because when the map gets super busy, like around wave 13-ish, like, oh my god, opening up like a spot of the map where you, oh my god, those big guys are killing me. Hey, Tribal Jane, Zidane Tribal RPG. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if you're in the chat or you're just watching a video, but thank you so much for subscribing. It is very appreciated. This is actually really good. Like, there's no downside. Like, I feel like eventually we're gonna have to take, like, melee and range damage separately, but we have luck. Luck is just always good. A jousting lance. What's our dodge at? 5%. Okay, so theoretically, we can grab the plank, because if I combine this, I can then grab this. Then we have this. We have a turret. This is great. Ah. I want to lock these two. I want the pruners. Do I want the pruners? Yes, I do want the pruners. And actually, I would probably want them instead of... See, that sucks that the pruners aren't ranged weapons. Because, like, I have a spot right now for an extra ranged weapon, but I don't have a spot for an extra melee weapon. It doesn't matter. Hopefully we'll get a better answer. Oh, dang. I don't know. I didn't think I actually took that much damage. Ouch. Oof. No, we do not want a weird ghost. Yes, we do want that. We will grab that. Okay, we're gonna grab the armor. Oh, scissors 3. God dang it. Okay, we're gonna have to grab the scissors. We have no choice. The hedgehog is also excellent because it basically powers up both our things. If I re-roll, does the pruner stay there? Yeah, it does. Good. Oh my god, why can't we get a super powerful, like, ranged weapon? We're gonna grab that just because our dodge is gonna start getting really good. We actually might get a dodge build going here. Have a good night, Psychosis Media. Thank you for stopping by, my man. You too, Unicron. Oh, no, you were saying good night to Psychosis. Sorry about that, Unicron. I guess you're still here to stay for a bit. Circular saw. Is this like a better scissors? It looks like it. It's faster, less knockback, more lifesteal, more damage. So annoying right now because if either of my scissors were the same color, I could combine them and then get like circular saw. I think I'm gonna unlock this and we're gonna lock the circular saw instead. And I'm gonna re-roll. Nice. That's what I wanted. I wanted a better... We're gonna grab this next time because it's super cheap and the knockback is really good. Like, honestly, at one point, I should read up on some of the best builds in this game. I'm trying to figure them out on my own and have some fun, like, doing my own builds. Oh my god. But you see why I should read up on them. But that was pure me. Once again, I'm like... I get too comfortable. I'm thinking like, oh, you know, I can go through these guys and... Anyway. Ugh. And what sucks is I feel like I'm getting some of the worst runs with you guys. Like, no offense, yesterday I was getting, like... Yesterday, I think my last, like, 4 runs in a row, I ended, like, on level... On wave 14 or 15. Like, I was getting there and always getting there. Yeah, I'm still, for the moment, I'm still in, like, I want to do my range builds. So we're gonna do some more range builds. Like, for the moment, it's just a build I feel most comfortable with. I also feel it's like not the easiest path. Like, the point isn't to have it easy, but the path is clearest for me, like, upgrade wise. Like, I know what is better than what not all the time, but most of the time. Range. Boom. Boom. And we do not want speed over range. We're still going to take range damage here, even though... And we're going to grab this. Hey, Nanaki, yes. Brotato. Honestly, I don't think enough people know how cool this game is. And seriously, if you want a super cheap, addictive game, this is like the easiest answer right now. Like, it's funny, these early levels, like, you're chasing the guys. You want to be as close as you can to get as much money as you can. Later levels, you're like, oh my god, I have to be as far away as I can from, like, where they're gonna spawn. Like, once again, we're getting absolutely none of the stats we want. It's seriously insane how, with you guys tonight, I'm getting, like, none of the stats that you want in these. And it's not your, like, I'm not saying it's your guys' fault or anything. It's just, like, insane how, like, I'm getting, like, I feel super unlucky in our runs. Like, other than this one, actually, weapon-wise, it's going not too bad. But stat-wise, I'm getting no attack speed. And, like, the attack damage ones are always the, like, lowest level of the options. Because sometimes it's not about not getting attack damage. It's that, like, if you have, like, 2 blues and 2 black ones, you don't want the... Like, you don't want the blues to be the stats you don't want, and the black ones to be the stats you want, because it's like you're taking a weaker option, but it's the stat you need. You want the better one to be the stat you need. Pizza Hero? Pizza Hero, and having made friend with freedom of that great system before battles. I hope. Yeah, I'd be interested in trying that too. Honestly, more like... See, once again, the blue one is something that we don't want. Like, it's not that you don't want HP regeneration. It's that with the range build, you want to prevent the need to have that. If it makes any sense. Because basically, if you're using that, that means you're sort of like not doing your job, if it makes any sense. Okay, we want that. We'll recycle that, and we're definitely gonna take this instead. Because if ever I can get another laser gun, I could theoretically, like, upgrade to a purple laser gun. The laser guns are really good for single target damage, by the way. So they're really good for, like, the bigger dudes. that are generally like the problem later on. But one of the, like I said, so far one of the problems is the attack speed. Generally, I like having around 30% attack speed in these builds, and we're like always around 10% or 0, right? Like right now, I think we're at 0. Damage. Oh, like speed is good, but because speed is your movement speed, by the way. So but you see, I got exactly what I wanted. Well, exactly. Like basically, we're gonna sell this. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna combine this, and then we're gonna be able to also pick up the SMG2. So we replaced our SMG1 with an SMG2 ultimately, and we're gonna increase our oh, we can't, and it's not worth paying to keep the gambling token. Like had we had enough cash to grab the gambling token, I would have taken it. But it wasn't worth like locking in and preventing an option to get maybe something even better. Because right now our problem is that we don't have a lot of quick firing weapons naturally, which is why I would want some attack speed with what we have right now. Because our weapons right now are, for the most part, single target. I'm not gonna say hard-hitting weapons, but where they're definitely more on the hard-hitting side than the speed side. Meaning that you want to sort of balance it out by getting the attack speed in there. Like this. Like again, no attack speed. It is crazy. Thank you. 15% attack speed. I didn't even look what the other options were. Revolver. We're gonna grab the laser gun. We can't combine anything else, right? No. Recycle this, and we're gonna grab this instead. Yes, we are gonna trade in 1 range damage for 5 range. In my opinion, it is going to be better. Now that 15%, like it's insane. One, like 15% increase for one item in attack speed is so good. And that's what I mean. Like if you get that, like we would have gotten 1 or 2 of those upgrades now, we'd be like at plus 30 to 45% attack speed. This would be feeling like, well, it's starting to feel better, as you can see, but it would be feeling amazing. And I'm not going to focus on, well, I'm going to try and pick up obviously as many items as possible, but I am going to be very careful starting like next wave to not go for picking up items over like dying. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah. 30% damage. Oh, the medical gun. This is good. This is good. Oh, medical gun is such a hard choice. 33% damage, 31%, 31 damage. The lifesteal is so much better. It's faster. Oof, I can't believe I'm selling a blue pistol, but I am. I'd rather have the medical gun because the life seal can really help. So a medical tower, by the way, shoots a ball that basically heals you up. It shoots a projectile that heals you every few seconds, like every X amount of seconds. This is where I said I have to prioritize, like, not dying over picking up all the items, the juicy items that I see right there. Which I still managed to do because there were God dang it. That almost cost me everything. Like, it's so fast sometimes. My God, we missed out on so much money there. Well, it's that they go into the items that you get for upgrades here, but they're like theoretically, I'd rather have them like I'd rather have them in the as money to spend because you have a little bit more control over that. Oh, medical gun 3. I think we're just gonna pure upgrade one medical gun for another. Where's side? This can be really good, but you need to stack those. Like the ones that say like deal like 6 damage when you randomly pick up an item, they're really good if you can stack them. Thing is, you have to start with 1 to start stacking, but we're a little bit late to start stacking at this point, but still, we shall try. Because when you pick up items, if you can do 6 damage, but like, if you stack that like 4 times, you can like, sometimes, like, I had one build where at one point I was like, auto, like, auto-shotting like half the map without even shooting. So like basically now it's just trying to move to where you think you're going to take the least damage. Because there's no way you're not taking damage. Oof, my God. We came very close to dying there. Yeah, definitely recycle. We are getting such bad upgrades. It is insane. Oh, this is really good. I've never gotten that one before. I see this feels really bad. I don't know if you guys see what I'm talking about. Is that if I buy that revolver, I can actually get a purple revolver. But I have to sell something to get that purple revolver. And currently I have nothing to replace it. And this is going to be worth it. And I don't have enough money to necessarily re-roll and get something good. Okay, we're still going to do it. And I'm just gonna not... Okay, we do have a laser gun 3. Oh my God, this is good. We actually can get a... I have to lock this. Oh my God. We have... Like, if I buy this... Oh, actually, yes, it works. Okay, I can combine this one on the next run. Because I was like, oh man, I don't want to... Actually, this is really good too. We're gonna lock that. You get a free re-roll at the shop. Thing is, it's even better when you get that really early, but still. Okay. Hopefully this works out. Because you guys are going to see, like, we're going to get basically, like, 2 red laser guns next shot. As long as we have something to replace it with, because we're going to have a free reroll. No, 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 no. Do not die, do not die. What's our armor like? We're gonna take that, even though it makes no sense. Okay, so we can do this, we can do this. This and this. This. This, and we get a free reroll. Or we can lock in this taser. That was actually a really big, like, I don't know if you guys saw, but we got, like, that was a lot of upgrades. So, I really like the alien eyes. If I lock in, well, we have a free reroll now. Okay, we're gonna lock this in, because basically, yeah, we get a free reroll, so we can lock in more things, like when we have a free reroll. Finished the one and only beer I'm gonna drink tonight. Okay, wave 12. Now, like, we're at the point of the game where things are getting really, like, this is about as, like I said, I generally around wave 14 or 15, that is like the best I've done so far. So we're getting there. But honestly, for once, like, tonight, I feel this is one of the best builds we've had. And one of the best builds I've had overall, like, over all my runs. Because we have a decent attack speed for once. We have items that do a shitload of damage. Only thing is I'm low on money. We made it. Okay. Yeah, we're low on money. Okay, we grab this. We reroll for free. We grab this and we... Oh, no, we don't have enough for the other one unless I sell something. $11, 60%, 0.13. What's our attack speed? 30. Non, je suis pas encore dead. J'ai survécu au moins un autre vague. Like, I could sell this and grab the taser. That's what we're gonna do, okay? It's just because the taser gives us an upgrade path that the SMG didn't give us. So if we get something really good the next time, we can actually sell it for a clear upgrade. Because we're having a little bit of trouble making money. Because since I don't... Like, basically, ideally, you have a little bit of money aside here, but we spent a lot of it. That's because we were getting good shit. Like, often there were, like... What? Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Ugh. Ugh. That felt bad. That felt really bad. Okay. Let me go take a quick bio break, guys. Like, a minute. And then we'll decide if I do, like, one more run before going to bed or something like that. Or if we chat a bit. So, I'll be right back in about a minute. I'm back. Okay. Oof, I got rid of Topaz too. I sent her to my youngest. But, yeah. So, actually, I don't have it downloaded yet. Because, like, yeah, tomorrow, like I said, I have to sort of decide what I want to do. Because I could do a regular eShop deals and maybe a second video. The other projects I have to do is, like, I want to do the review for Castlevania Nocturne. I know I'm late, but I really want to talk about that show because it's worth it. I have to review the Nixie controllers. So I'm playing right now with the Hall Effect Nixie controller and also the pads. But it's not going to be like a full review because we've reviewed them before. The basic thing that changed is that now they're Hall Effects. And there's a few lighting effects that change on the Joy-Con, on the joypads. But there's that. There's also a tiny sticker tail or a tiny something. A tiny sticker tail that came out that I have a review code for, and it looks like an adorable like puzzle adventure game. And I feel like it might be a totally overlooked game right now that is actually pretty decent. It's going to be a spoiler-free though, champ, so you're not going to get like any major plot points there. I do it like a spoiler-free one first, and then if like it gets a lot of views, then I do like a spoiler version. For the reviews of not game stuff, that's how I'm going to approach it, by the way, guys. I'm always going to be doing a spoiler-free review first, like when I do it. And then basically, if it does well, and I'm not saying that so I want you guys to watch it when you don't want to watch it. It's just, if it does well, meaning that people are super interested in it, then I would do like a second part with like spoiler review, where we go like in depth. the video would be twice as long. You know what I mean? Like, because in my opinion, like a Castlevania review would be somewhere around like 5 to 7 minutes if it's spoiler free, because we're going to be talking about like what are the main plot, what are the main elements of the show I liked, what are maybe of some of the elements I didn't like, and overall, final score, is this worth watching? So that's some of them. I have a tiny sticker tail. I have a regular eShop deals video. Controller reviews. There's something else too that I'm forgetting right now. Oh yeah, I was thinking about the GameStop sale, like the major sale at GameStop. But I don't feel like it's worth it because so many other, venues have covered it, and I'm not sure you guys need my guidance because a lot of the stuff that's on sale are like clear and easy pick, picks. Like you don't need to be told like that not Advent Children, Final Fantasy Crisis Core is like a worthy pickup and whatnot. But there's that. And obviously there's always the option where, something could happen between today and tomorrow morning or tomorrow during the day. And it's worth playing, and it's worth talking about or playing. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of you are saying Castlevania. I think I'll do Castlevania because either way, Castlevania feels like a time-wise lesser commitment than a lot of the other options. Like a tiny sticker tail, I have to play the game. I could always stream it tomorrow afternoon. Oh, and I wanted to do like a combo review video where I look at some of the 2 or 3 best games that maybe you missed. And most of you who, if you've watched the streams, you'll know them. But for example, Brotato would be one of them. I would do like Brotato, Knights versus Giants. I talk about Thunder Ray, but Thunder Ray is like a medium one for me. And maybe I'd throw in even one to avoid, which would be Evolings. If you guys remind, like I would do like a recap video with mini reviews of those 4 games. That's the other one I was thinking of doing too. Sometimes I wish I could do like this stuff full time. And I've said it often, and it's not to be a complainer. It's just like, sometimes it's like, it sucks when you have more ideas than you have time to do them. Because, yeah. And it's sort of like the more time you have, the easier it is to come up with ideas. Because the more you're sort of in it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm out of ideas because I just haven't had time to play games lately. But the last 2 days, I took the time off of content production to really just fall in love with playing games again. And I know it sounds weird because I'm always playing games, but I'm often playing games because I have to play games, not because I want to play games. So for the last 2 days, I just played the games I've wanted to play. Like, I've played a lot of Axolotl, I've played a lot of Brotato, and the only one that I really want to play that I haven't had, that I didn't take the time over the last couple of days is Knight versus Giant. But I'm going to correct that because after tonight's stream, I'm going to download the full version along with a tiny sticker tail, and we're going to do those. Wow, complete with Danganronpa 1, 2, and V3. That is pretty good. Okay, guys, I think what we're going to do... Yeah, no, I do agree. Danganronpa, I haven't completed V3 yet, but I did the second one, and yeah, Danganronpa is a great series. So I am really glad that I jumped into that one. I'm going to skip the ads. It's because I have to be watching the screen. The pop-up that they do for the ads is very, very small, and it's at the bottom. And if I'm playing, I don't see it. So sorry, guys, if you guys got ads on a regular basis. I've been trying to skip them when I see them, but it's hard. Here's the progress so you can see what you have done so far and what are the objectives. So you have to win a run And basically each one of these objectives pretty much like unlocks a potato. I wonder, plus max HP, plus 5 speed harvesting. I'm trying to look if there's one interesting one we could try. Let's try the multitasker, the plus 20 damage and the minus 5 damage for every weapon you have, but you can equip up to 12 weapons. Let's actually try this one. And we're gonna do a mostly ranged build, okay? So I am gonna start with like just a regular pistol. I think this is gonna be like, yeah, I think like fun-wise for our last like run of the night, I think this is gonna be the most interesting one we can do. And the only thing is we're gonna need a shitload of cash. Now, we're gonna have to go attack speed and attack damage, because the basic point here is I want to blast every effing thing on the screen before it even has a chance to exist. That makes any sense at all. And we're gonna grab like rain, because right now we don't have like... Okay, we're gonna go to wave 2. Like I'm gonna grab, even though I don't want melee weapons, I'm gonna grab them because we just didn't have anything better. But I want to go full ranged, okay? Yeah, we're gonna take that. Like, even though we're hurting our range damage, that monkey seems way too good. Okay, that didn't work out. That didn't work out as bad. I'm like, maybe I can just stay in one spot and we can kill them all, but I guess no. And they're really killing me with the with the melee weapons. I guess we're gonna go with that. Just because that's like way too much harvesting not to take advantage of it. Oof. We're gonna take the range damage because we're like, that's what we want to go for. Okay, we're actually gonna go crit chance because, like, they're not giving us anything. Like, it's insane, like... Wow. Okay, we're gonna do another one, guys, of that one. That was, like, garbage, and I chose the one that makes special enemies that appear at the beginning, but, like, what the heck? Yeah, we're still gonna take the pistol. Okay, we're gonna try that one, too. We're gonna go for range. Okay, we got a pistol. A ghost flint. Medical gun. We're gonna take the wrench. Okay, it still feels like we're doing a little better than last time. Other than we're getting, like, ghost flints again. Stuff like that. Maybe I should have taken that explosive damage one, because a lot of the good weapons have explosive damage. Or maybe I should have, like, at least locked it in. I think I didn't have enough money to buy it, but... Oh, we got a Gatherer 5. No, we don't want that. Yes, we do want that. Yes, we do want that. Yes, for the moment we have no... Not that we have no choice, but... We're actually getting a few towers here. When they're close by like this, it actually... It's like an extra pistol almost. Not quite, because it doesn't fire as quick, but it's close to it. Ah. And we're still not even maxed out on weapons. It's crazy. It's actually feeling pretty good, this one. We're gonna grab the luck. We have 11 weapons now. We're still not maxed out, man. Pretty crazy. We're at like wave 7 and we still don't have 12 weapons. I'm worried though that when we're gonna get to the chunky dudes, that we're gonna have trouble with them, because we seem to have a lot of that, like, we shoot a lot because we have a lot of weapons, but we have very limited, like, single target damage. Because, like, even those, like, the sort of guys with the shells, we're having trouble with them. Like, we're doing really good against groups. We have to take the 12%. Like, it's insane. They're not giving us weapons. We can have up to 12 weapons, and they're not giving us weapons. Like, we finally maxed out weapons now. Actually, it's not that bad so far. So. Oof, range damage or range? We're gonna go for range damage. Oh my god. The 40% while standing still. We don't want to go with, like, I don't want to max out on melee, but I have no choice because right now they're just not giving us better ranged. So as we get better ranged, I'm gonna try and, like, swap it out if we ever get better ranged. Oof. Oof. Attack speed or like range damage. We're gonna take or just normal damage. We're gonna take damage because we need to, like, if you look, we're at minus damage. Combine. Pistol. Turret. Combine. That. Insane what we like. The combinations are awesome. That's pretty good. Oof. If we can negate the yeah, they are bringing the Batman trilogy to the Switch, but they delayed it. But like, I was aiming on going all range, but in all honesty, I think with 12 weapons, it doesn't even matter what you're going. Like, the important is just to make the best, most powerful combinations possible. And try to negate the loss of damage as much as possible. That was rough. No, we're gonna recycle that. We need, like... oh, this has a combine. Oh my god. This feels like... it's gonna be, like, awesome. It negated all our damage loss. Does anything have a combine on it? Like, I'm just gonna do all the weapons one by one and see if anything has a combine. Anything has a combine? What? Okay, well... But it's weird because, like, in previous runs, no, I've gotten runs where there was, like, a ton of attack speed. Like, yeah, you're right, like, tonight, if we look at the runs, but I feel like yesterday I was getting attack speed on, like, a regular basis. Oh, dang, that hurt, that hurt. I don't know what hit me, but something hit me hard. I lost like half my health in like one attack. Now the only problem is, like, right now I really have to be in melee range to do like a lot of damage. And it's hard with everything happening sometimes to know if I'm in melee range safely or if I'm, like, dying to shit. Woo! Yeah, we're gonna go with rock. Oh my god, 20% attack speed! That's what I'm talking about. But seriously, the biggest problem now that I see is like we are nonetheless getting too much, like too many melee weapons. Plus 3 damage at the end of a wave. So each wave we finish, we get plus 3 damage. That's actually really good. If you can get that super early, it's even better. Because we're already at wave 11. I have to replace like a one melee weapon with another melee weapon. That's what feels bad here. Ooh. Let's lock this one just because it feels really good. We can get it. The only thing, like I said, that I don't like about our build is that we're way stronger in melee range than we are in, like, in the ranged range. Like, it doesn't sound right saying ranged range, but yeah, like we have to be in melee range to be super effective with what we have, but it's like not where I want to be right now. But actually, we're cutting through these guys pretty efficiently. 12 seconds left. Try and pick up that item. I went through the middle just because I wanted to try to pick up stuff. We don't want that. It's an unlock Earthling. It's a potato you can unlock. We can look what you need to get it later if you want after. But yeah, there's like it's a potato that has that ability. Oh, that sucks. The circular saw. It's like the weakest thing we have. We will try wave 13 now. Oh no! God dang it. Ugh. Anyway, whew. Still working on finishing that first freaking run. We can look what gives you the multitasker here. You have to collect 5,000 material. You were the chosen one. You failed. I was the chosen one, my man. We weren't getting the right items. Like I said, I didn't want to have to be in melee range, because like that is a dangerous place to be when they start doing a lot of damage towards the end. And we weren't getting like a lot of ranged weapons. So I feel like the multitasker build, it can be really good, but you do have to get a little bit lucky with what you get as drops. You have to get like the right weapon drops. And I guess you could go with like a full melee build, but if you go a full melee build, you have to get like some tanky stats. You have to get some dodge or some armor. But then you also have to offset the damage loss. So it starts being like a lot of... Yeah, starting at 13, it hits hard. 13, 14, 15, you'll see there's a serious spike. Like, till 13, you can get there. You know what I mean? Like, decently regularly. After 13, it starts hitting really hard. Okay, guys, I think we are gonna call it now. It's almost 3 a.m. here. But I will try to be back tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I'll actually stream during the day. I don't want to promise anything because I want to go as the day, like, I want to flow as the day goes by, and I want to produce at least 1 or 2, like, solid, like, you know, fixed videos. I would really like to do Castlevania. I'm just hoping, like, I don't want it to, it doesn't need to get, like, thousands of views. I just hope it doesn't get like 300 views, you know what I mean, like if I do it, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Hopefully this gave you a better view on Brotato, which is honestly for $5 an amazing game to pick up on the eShop. I said it in the video this weekend, even at full price it's worth it. Right now it's only 10% off, knocking 50 cents off, but still, it is a great one for the price. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. Thank you so much for showing up at this crazy hour. And as usual, I hope I'll see all of you in my next video.